A few years ago, I was able to enroll in a rape aggression defense class. This was so helpful to me to know that I would be able to be prepared both mentally and physically to defend myself in the case of an attacker coming to me unexpectedly. So literally a few days after the class ended, I went back to Africa, where I've been able to live for a couple of years. And I saw this girl walking around the rural village of Obani. And I couldn't help wondering how safe she was wandering around and if rape was also a problem in Africa. So I came back home and I started looking up statistics on rape in Africa, and I found some horrifying things. For example, in Congo, over 400,000 women were raped in a one-year period alone. This is horrifying and unacceptable. So I thought to myself, something needs to be done. We can take these programs that are done in America, that are tried and tested and proven to be effective, take them to Africa, where women have the same fists, the same legs, the same ability to defend themselves. And we can make some great differences as we go. We can begin with community meetings with women. The women know when they feel vulnerable, and they also know when their daughters will be vulnerable. So working in committee meetings, we can decide how to best attack this problem together in Africa, just like it's being done in America. We can also work with schools. We can do after-school programs, and we can use classrooms to be able to coach the girls on how to physically and psychologically defend themselves. Psychological defense is a huge part of the battle. If you don't feel that you are able to defend yourselves, if you don't feel that you have practiced the moves that you know, and that you can actually win and escape, then there's no way that you're going to be able to get yourself away from an attacker. For example, just saying the word no, practicing yelling the word no can be so helpful in this type of situation. It keeps you breathing as you're yelling no in this intense situation where you're being attacked, and it can also scare the attacker away before you even have to put up a physical fight. The buddy system is another way that you can psychologically defend yourself. When I was in Ghana, I saw these two girls fetching water together. It's actually the only time that I've personally seen two girls going to fetch water together, and this was very encouraging to me because I feel as though an attacker would not come if there were two people. Physical defense is the second part of the program. I would love to bring over a female role model who knows self-defense techniques to show the girls that as a female and even being smaller, you can be able to defend yourself in certain ways against an attacker. These are some of the skills that we would teach in the program. If an attacker is approaching you, there are certain stances that you can get in to be able to defend yourself. And also, we would teach ground defense. So if you've been grounded, there are certain ways that you can maneuver things to be able to throw the attacker off and escape. Cultural tailoring will also be an important part of the program. These are two different villages that are very different. One of them is an island school, and the kids take canoes to school. So we would have to have different approaches. This is called the Kubotan. And here in America, most of us have keys, car keys or house keys. And this Kubotan attaches to your keys. You can use the keys to swipe an attacker, and you can also use the other side to hit pressure points. This is very useful in America, but would it be useful in Africa? Probably not. So here's something that we could think about, the bucket method. What if women feel most vulnerable when they're fetching water? How can you use a bucket to defend yourself against an attacker? I can think of a few ways, but it would be interesting to see what they come up with. We would really only need 3 people to implement the program. First, a manager. Secondly, a police officer that the girls could practice on. And thirdly, a female who knows self-defense, who can teach the girls how to defend themselves. Then we can use a train-the-trainers program so that we don't have to keep sending people over from abroad. This is a girl in Obani school. She's the head girl. And I think that she would make a very good trainer. Once she learns these skills and gets them down cold, she can take them to other schools, and she can teach those girls how to defend themselves. This would also be a very cost-effective thing because the only material would be required would be maybe a whistle. Other than that, you just use your body to be able to defend yourself, and it's mental preparation. And so the only thing we would really need is travel expenses for volunteers. So what about the boys? We can have a concurrent program for the boys to teach them both about respect for women and also to be able to teach them how to defend women who are being abused by other men. I think this would be a great addition to the program instead of only targeting girls. As far as gender equality goes, we could see where this could take things. I feel that this could provide confidence and empower women to be able to know that they are valuable members of society and they don't have to allow themselves to be pushed down. So if you're as excited as I am, I would encourage you to send me an email and we can figure out how to make this thing a reality. My email is sarahmhall8@asu.edu. Thank you so much.